They want me to change, they want me to change, but I ain't changing, nah. I remain the same.
And you are now tuned into another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio, brought to you by M3S3 Clothing. Men make moves and suckers stand still. And as always, on the mighty Nerve DJs Radio Network. You already know, man. I only rock with legends. And today is Sunday. You know I don't do shows on no fucking Sunday. So today must be extra motherfucking special. And it is, man. We got Glasses Malone in the building. I really don't need to say anything else, man. I'm just gonna get the king on the platform. What's going on, bro? How you
My
doing?
God, what's happening, dog?
Oh man, life is good, man. How's you? How your family?
Man, everything is good, man. They all right. They all right. They just doing what they do best. Getting on my fucking nerves. Costing
Yeah.
me money.
No, you already know, man. I know about that one, bro.
Yeah.
Whew, man. Yo, what is hip hop to you? I heard you ask somebody that don't know Jumper.
Mm. Hip hop is the artistic expression of street urban culture. Um, it took me a lot of time to figure that out. I started my journey in 2015 to get a real understanding. I really started the journey in 2012, and um 11 years later, 12 years later, what I came up with is it's the artistic expression. Hip hop articulated is the artistic expression of street urban culture, through so many outlets, right? As they say, the elements, DJing, MC, DJing, MCing, um, dance.
Graffiti, breakdancing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, let's be honest, man. To keep it a buck, like your generation probably is only concerned with rapping. Fair to say or
oh,
not?
hell yeah, that's really fair. I mean, well, because yeah, we right after, obviously. I would consider Snoop like a second generation type of guy. I think so. We're probably like fourth generation guys to some
It's
degree.
about fair. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely. I think we got some decent DJs, but I agree with you. We don't have any transcendent DJs. You know what I mean? I think it almost skipped a generation.
Yeah. Like
'Cause
the DJ
I look at
now
people like
is
Mustard now, and I think they're like transcendent DJs. But I think my generation, yeah, that's probably fair to say.
yeah, because I'm thinking of like Grandmaster J. I mean not Grandmaster J, but Grandmaster Flash or Will Smith DJ. Man, I can't even think of the
Jazzy,
nigga name.
yeah,
Jazzy
yeah.
Jazzy Jeff, DJ Scratch. You know DJs that actually like perform artistic moments with turntables. And now DJs is more like DJ drama. Like they really not, they're not doing anything per se with turntables, but they putting out dope quality music, and it's a different thing.
That's fair. That's fair. It's definitely kind of journeyed completely into the record itself. But I mean, even then, you take somebody like Jeff or Battle Cat, right? Pooh or Bobcat. Um, Quick. They used to do some really fantastic things with DJing on records. So I do think it's a missing art. I push my DJ. I push DJ Head to do it all the time. Shout out to DJ Head, but I push him all the time to do special things in records, with the turntable. So that's fair to say. My generation is kind of they, and then after kind of became so focused on just emceeing itself,
Like
making
I'm
records.
listening, I'm listening to your shit, man. Cancel these nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, Fire, by the way.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
But what I'm noticing is like man, you like a throwback to an extent.
Yeah, you. I
Like
mean, shit. You was talking about like when I first got in this shit in 2008, when I first got my deal, Cash Money, 2007, 8. I didn't know much about hip hop outside of living the actual cultural experience itself. I didn't really study the art of it. Like I was a walking embodiment of culture itself. And as I started to pick it up, I started noticing so many different things. Like, and I wanted to incorporate them. Now that I know them, I took my. So 2007, I get my record deal with Cash Money. I get a
okay,
top 50 single in the country, not on the rap charts, on the hot charts, on the
okay,
Hot 100 charts with Birdman and Mac 10 pushing it, certified with Akon, and I'm having success and I'm making money, and I don't got to sell Sherm no more. I don't got to sell PCP no more, no dust. I don't got to sell it no more. So
Okay.
now my life has changed. So from 2007 to 2011, I just was relying on my natural abilities. You know what I mean? I'm an innate storyteller. Innately, I'm a storyteller, like, right. And then I had the authenticity of the experience of the culture itself. You know what I mean? It
Right.
was all real. But 2011, 12, I start going through this crazy journey triggered by my DJ head. And it started off as records and then end up going into hip hop and end up going into marketing. And I realized that those things you're talking about were missing. You know what I mean? That graffiti edge. So when you look at the Cancel These Nuts covers and you see that graffiti, how Cancel These Nuts is written,
Mm-hmm.
um, when you listen to Cancel These Nuts, it's all the scratching through the record. It's probably about 4 or 5 records with scratching. Um, so many different ideas with people dancing. The next video for the Loke, I brought back, B-boying is in the video. You know what I mean? And not just journeying backwards, but actually picking up where it would be at today if it never stopped.
That's an
Everything is
interesting
not, I
take.
didn't go back and try to recreate the magic of, the originals or my predecessors, Dog Cube and Exhibit and them. I kind of said, what would it look like in 2023? Like I met the streets where they was at and then start marching in front of them right there. And to me, this is where it would be at.
Let me ask you this: how does success change your cripping?
That's a fucking fantastic question. How does success change my cripping? Uh, it didn't. Um, I couldn't give advice to homies.
Okay.
Like when homies would ask me for advice about how to deal with things, my younger homies, I couldn't give them advice about going to war because now I was no longer around to be shot. That's important to me. So I would always discourage them to getting shit. Like, why would you need me to buy you some guns, nigga? If you can't afford guns, you can't afford to go to war. Um, it changed my crip in that way. That's pretty much it. It just made me a lot more responsible with the things I tell the homies.
I was watching the Tupac Must Die.
Hmm.
Nigga, that's the most interesting take I've seen on Tupac passing ever.
Yeah. Or it's just
Why and what? Why would you do that? And what was the precipice? Like what made you just sit down and say, you know what, this story needs to be told from the opposite end?
so two things, right? Again, back to that same journey, 2011 or 12 to currently just learning what records and hip hop is. You know what I mean? Like learning what hip hop is, this street urban perspective of the people that grew up in these densely populated, crime ridden communities. I'm from Los Angeles. I'm from, the home street urban culturally of Crips and Bloods. So it's my job to give the take of those guys, especially the ones that can't speak for themselves. So it became the inevitable. It was either that or this song I wrote called Any White Man to Do, which was kind of like the mind of the A Trays that started the LA riots in 92.
Okay,
I
that's
wrote two songs.
interesting.
Tupac Must Die and Any White Man to Do. I still got Any White Man to Do. And it kind of voiced the frustrations of gang members in Los Angeles with the police and everything going on with white folks and how they were taking advantages. Even talking about Asians that had stores in the community at that time. So it was either one of those two songs. It ended up being Tupac Must Die. Um, and so that's how I came up with that one. And what propelled me to what was the second part?
Like, what was the motivation?
Oh, just wanted to make real dope hip hop. Like I was tired of not making really great hip hop. Like I understood how to make great records. I had certified at that time, Hater, Sun Come Up. I have a super West Coast classic record called That Good with Ty Dolla Sign. But now I wanted to add bricks into the foundation that we called hip hop. Like I wanted to look at the foundation and make sure I had a brick in there. So I wanted to give something pure hip hop. And obviously, Tupac is an iconic hip hop artist at one time. But at
Yeah,
this point, he's transcended that into a mainstream lore and legend to
yeah.
where white people have him up on the wall. And Tupac is as mainstream as cereal. You know what I
Man,
mean? At this point, so he
yeah,
doesn't belong to us anymore. Like Martin Luther King doesn't belong to us anymore. So
facts.
then it put it in position for me to explain the street side of the story, which that's the responsibility of hip hop.
Okay, let me ask you this. And rest in peace, Lil Sody, but I'm gonna always bring him up. But I did get a chance to interview him,
Smart
and
guy.
I don't know which car you in, so I don't want to be disrespectful.
It's all the same, man. Listen, there ain't no such thing as one car, no car. You either fuck with the streets or you don't.
I feel you on that. But I remember asking him if he thought Shitty Cuz, I think that's his name, was right. But I want to ask you about both situations. Do you think Orlando, from a street perspective, was justified in what he did, and was old boy in with the Nipsey situation, was that a gang banging justification? If in
So
fact Nipsey called that man a snitch.
okay, so the Orlando Anderson and Tupac Shakur situation, I understand how that happens because I didn't bust on people after jumping on me, so I would have to say I understand it.
Got you.
I don't know the full dynamics of what happened with NH. NH is my partner for real. Like I fucked with Sody too, but I've been fucking with NH with Nip since 2005.
Okay.
I mean, so he's a friend. I don't really know. So I see this, I hear the conversation of that word and that's what's happening. But what I heard is a lot more nuance to that, and it's a lot more things. So
Got
I
you.
can't really give you an honest answer because I don't quite know what happened. You
I
know what I
feel
mean?
you.
I don't really know. Like I've heard it in spectrums, but I don't know. So for me to say that I really understand what happened is I wouldn't be honest. Like I only know part of it.
Okay.
So I
I respect
can't
that.
versus the Baby Lane situation. We knew exactly what happened the first day it happened. Like I remember
Yeah.
being in high school, we hanging out on the 7 and everybody talking about Baby Lane had got jumped by the death row niggas at a casino. And then you hearing later on, you know what I mean, they got at him and shot him. You know, they shot Tupac. It was like, oh, you knew that was gonna happen because that's the natural progression of street urban lifestyle. If you jump on somebody, usually somebody is gonna get shot or shot at. So that's normal. And that shit was like out of nowhere. You know what I mean? I've heard things before, but I don't quite know what happened because obviously even my homies from 60s, I won't verify with them. You know what I mean? I don't it's never been as clear as what happened in that situation.
Okay, I
This
got
one
you.
has always been a little bit more murky. So I doubt he just said, hey, you a snitch and blah blah blah, and the nigga shot him. I don't believe that happened.
Okay. From a West Coast standpoint, which one hurt most?
I knew Nip. You know what I mean? I knew Nip. It's completely different. Tupac, as somebody who enjoyed his music, I think the world was hurt. But Nip, that was a friend, so it's always going to feel a little different. You know what I mean? Almost if it wasn't the day before April Fool's Day, I almost want to say, man, was this? They getting an early start on April Fool's Day or something. You know what I mean? Because it was March 31st. So like that's somebody I fucked with for real. You know what I mean? And I genuinely had love for her. We not only records, but we talked about real life. You know what I mean? We put out our first mixtapes the same year. Me, Nip, and J Rock. You know what I mean? So that's gonna always be a lot closer to me than, somebody I grew up listening to as just a rapper.
I feel you on that one. Um, damn, what song was that? 21 Stimmy Flow. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of walked away feeling like you was blaming Africa for slavery.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why?
Because there's no way you should be able to sell your people to somebody else. I don't care if you don't like them or not. It's no way possible.
I don't think that happened. Well, I know that didn't happen in every instance, but it did
Shouldn't
happen.
happen. It shouldn't happen in one instance. Right now, Africa should be at war with America right now.
What's the difference between that and gangbanging?
Literally, I've never sold a nigga to nobody.
You, not you personally,
Not
but
my
the
homies ain't never sold
no.
nobody.
I ain't talking about selling. But what's the difference between killing somebody and selling them?
Completely different. If
Really?
we have a circumstance, I love your platform. These are fucking fantastic questions. So let's start there. But
I
listen,
appreciate
if we
that.
have I know because niggas be lame, bro. So this is incredible. Forgive me to all other niggas that be lame. You know what I mean? Y'all just gotta work. Gotta get you gotta work on it. Cuz is
You
brilliant.
about to have me choking over here, bro.
No, these fantastic questions. No, so it's one thing, right, for tribes to fight, right? It's
Okay.
one thing for tribes to fight. Tribes fight. You know,
Okay.
human beings fight. Russia is fighting Ukraine right now. Tribes fight. You know
For
what I mean?
something tangible though.
You said,
Gangs is
"Who?"
not fighting for nothing tangible.
It's always something tangible. We just don't feel that way. From the outside looking in, people think it's about colors or blah, 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 but it's not. It's over the same respect. It's always over the same limited resources, even if the limited resource is respect. You
Okay,
know what
I
I mean?
got
'Cause
you.
you don't get a ton of respect when you go out in this world. God damn it, within this 1 mile radius, y'all motherfuckers is gonna respect me. And that don't mean a lot to somebody who got a middle class job or somebody that's that's doing well for themselves. But to wealthy people and poor people, you know what I mean? Respect is everything. And they will kill you over it because it's their sole possession.
Okay.
So it's different when you fighting somebody and then somebody dies. It's different. Like my mom always say, you my son, I could take you out. I brought you in. But if you sell me to somebody else, this is different. Right now, Africa, the continent of Africa should be at war with the continent of Europe right now and the continent of North America right now because of that.
I can understand that one, and
Right now,
I can't disagree with that.
if you
At the
sold,
very least,
yeah,
they should not be selling or having any business transactions with the motherfuckers at all.
and they still selling shit to them. So the continent of Africa, that's very disappointing for those Western. Obviously, this is not the whole continent, but those Western places that were selling people, you know what I mean? That shit is sucker shit. Hell yeah, that shit irritates my fuck. I'm mad as fuck about that. And now it's starting to leak on records. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think they wrong. It's completely different being at war with. I have nothing to say about the tribes in Africa and Nigeria that are at war. Nothing. That's they. I don't know why they fighting. I can't. I wish I could bring peace to humanity, but niggas is crazy. You know what I mean? And I'm not just talking about black people. Human beings in general, living things are crazy. Bears fucking fight and kill each other. Lions fight and kill each other. I can't tell you what's wrong with living things to where everybody is fighting over something, right? But if you sell a motherfucker, you a chicken shit piece of shit. You
I
know what I
ain't even
mean?
gonna argue with you on that one. But I'm again. I'm gonna say that it wasn't everybody. I don't want
The fact that it's entirely too many is crazy.
Yeah,
I can see if I could see if the gist of it was all thievery, but most of it ain't thievery. They literally been apologizing and then they didn't immortalize the slave port coat, the slave ports on the coast where they were selling people.
okay. Now you've been all over the internet. Niggas hate you or love you one way
Sure.
or another because you said basically that Snoop was a bigger star than Tupac.
So the context got lost in that. I said, so the conversation started because everybody was saying I didn't like Snoop Tupac. That's why I made a song.
Okay,
Right. And it's like, that's
I
not,
disagree with that.
but that's what the general principle was. So when
Got you.
people would ask me the question, they were saying, they were asking me questions to try to validate their thought of I didn't like Tupac. So within one of those conversations, it was like, oh, you a Crip like Snoop. That's why you don't like Tupac, and Tupac thought he was a blood. And I was like, first off, Tupac and Snoop were friends. You know what I mean? They had the issues towards the end of Pac's life, but they were cool. And he was like, oh no, Tupac made Snoop. And it's like, no, actually, Snoop Dogg embraced Tupac. Snoop Dogg had the greatest success before Tupac. Part of Tupac's success is because Snoop Dogg is who he was, which is why Pac wanted to come to Death Row. Like in his handwritten contract, right? Tupac's handwritten contract with Death Row, one of the terms was feature with Snoop Dogg. Like Snoop Dogg had to feature on a song. That's in the contract. It's not
Okay.
Suge needs to promote me or Suge needs to take a picture with me. It's Snoop Dogg needs to be on the single, and Dr. Dre needs to produce a remix. That's
That's
how much Tupac understood where Snoop Dogg was at in hip hop. He didn't say nobody else. He put Snoop Dogg. That was the contract. When I signed the Cash Money Records, I did not put I need a feature with Lil Wayne
why didn't you?
because I didn't even look at it like that. I mean, obviously,
Is
I
that
wasn't as smart as
is that a
Tupac was.
mistake?
No, because I got 5 songs with Lil Wayne.
Okay.
I never thought for 2 seconds Nobody at Cash Money wouldn't work with me. I never even cared. I don't even believe in. Can't nobody validate who I am.
I
That's
mean,
how
before
I looked at it.
from a practical business standpoint, that was smart on Pac's.
It was insanely brilliant.
Yeah, like
I think it's
the foresight of thinking about that, it was
the
ridiculous.
whole situation. He was brilliant. The
Yeah,
only he actually didn't make really many mistakes from that time period. From his time in prison, when he devised the plan of taking over hip hop finally, when he devised that plan, right? As he watched everything happen, he watched Puff, use him getting shot as a marketing ploy to launch Biggie further. You know what I mean? With dropping the record around the same time, knowing that would create a question. And he decided that he was going to use that in his marketing plan. And then he came and he figured out every play. Upon execution, it was brilliant. It was
yeah.
probably the greatest execution from any, you know, musician minus Michael Jackson.
Now, I will say that I think the what was lost in that is that I don't think you were saying he was a bigger star than Tupac. He was a bigger hip hop artist than
No, he was a
Tupac at the
bigger
time.
star than Tupac.
He was not, bro.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he
I
was.
know. Today, he's not a bigger star
Of
than.
course he is.
No, he's not.
Of course
No,
he
he's
is.
not. No, he's not,
Tupac
bro.
is the most. Listen, man. There's only three people probably more famous than Snoop Dogg in the fucking history of the world: Michael Jackson, Jesus, and Mickey Mouse. Like
See, that's
Snoop
your
Dogg has commercials.
that's the West Coast bias coming right there, bro. That's just not true.
That listen, there's no such thing as a West Coast. A West Coast bias would be for me to tell you how great Dub C's the shadiest one is, knowing that you might have didn't hear that.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
got to
that's
argue with you.
outlandish though. But I'm
But
just
that's
saying.
not. That's not. I'm saying like a bias with like the shadiest one is R Nas Illmatic. And I understand what New York means to the world, but I also understand what LA means to the rest of the world. That's a bias. Snoop Dogg is much bigger than West Coast anything. And he's been much bigger since West Coast anything since the first day.
Okay, see, I personally, not ever having, well, I was 10 when I stepped foot in San Francisco. I don't even remember the shit, to be quite honest. But from the Midwest standpoint, growing up in Detroit, like, Tupac will always be a bigger star. Snoop had a bigger, and I wouldn't even say a bigger album, because I don't think that Doggy Style sold more than All Eyes on Me.
Yeah, but
'Cause if
all eyes on me, and that's where the conversation comes from. All eyes on me is also because of what Snoop did. Snoop created the foundation for all eyes on me to be what it was. That's why you went right to the record that Snoop Dogg and Snoop Dogg's
Okay,
property
but what
has
what
something to
what
do with.
Pop? I think I want to say it's on the top 10 all time hip hop art selling albums. Pop got like two of them.
Sure, I think he's also one of the most successful selling artists in the history of hip hop.
And if we being honest, and I've said this before, this is nothing new, but Snoop Dogg got Doggy Style, which is for me might be the best hip hop album ever,
Sure.
and then a bunch of other stuff that I would
Well,
not even listen to.
you're looking at it wrong, right? So the Chronic is Snoop Dogg's album. Don't matter whose name on the front of it. He's on 14 of the 15 songs.
Okay, I give
He
you
wrote
that.
pretty
All
much
right.
15.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So I'm wrong. All right, I go that and the Chronic. That's it.
No, Murder Was the Case came out that sold 3 million out. Mind you, they're putting out records at the exact same time.
Murder Was the Case is not Doggy Style and the Chronic, though. Let's
Totally
stop.
not disagreeing with it, but none of those other Tupac records are All Eyes on Me. Not one.
Machiavelli.
Not even that one. And he passed away. I
You're
literally
killing me.
just had a
You're killing
conversation
me. You're killing me
with
with that one,
somebody
bro.
like, this is the truth. This is my favorite Tupac record. Machiavelli is Dogfather if Tupac doesn't die. It's going to be a record that people don't receive well. They're going to be talking about the lackluster production coming from another record that had Dr. Dre and the best production in the world. He had fell out with Johnny J, right? Because Johnny J didn't sign with him. He had literally put out a record with what they would call at Death Row the Rack Room. So then him passing created the marketing space that we hear it with. That's why Hail Mary is so fantastic, because he passed away. It's
Yo, Hail Mary is
a
just
really
a
good record.
dope album. I mean, a dope record.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's received differently. It's received differently. It's ominous. The whole feel of Machiavelli is ominous because it's fucking titled Machiavelli. You know, and he passed away. And if you know any history of marketing, there's a lot of things that make that record a lot more special than from a production standpoint it probably was. It's not even mixed well.
I get what you said, but it's mixed. I
It's
get
mixed
what you're
well enough
saying.
because Tupac died and we wanted anything Tupac
Exact.
at the time.
Yeah.
Again, it's Dogfather if he doesn't die. That's the follow up to All Eyes on Me. That shit is Dogfather if he doesn't pass away.
Okay, but
It's
that part, like,
niggas is
I'm
gonna
with you on
say
the other
Hello.
shit, man. But that one is just that. No, dog. Like, I don't remember a song on Dogfather. Not
Yeah,
one.
but you only remember every last Machiavelli song because he passed away.
But I still listen to them, like, and I don't listen to them like, oh man, Pac
Because
passed
again, we're
away.
celebrating the mystique of somebody who passed on the greater places.
I don't do the same thing with Biggie.
Yeah, but Biggie, he was the nigga all the time alive. He didn't have a record that passed that came out after right after he passed away. And there was no mystique to it. I mean, and Biggie got all shit. The fucking double CD came out after he died. That look at what that sold. Look at what
Yeah, but
Machiavelli sold, and then look at what Life After Death sold.
yeah, but I don't look at life after death with nostalgia, or I don't look at it like, oh, it's better than this because he died. If anything,
I mean, it sold Diamond, didn't it?
I don't recall about that one. I
Life
wouldn't
After
doubt it.
Death with Hypnotized.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't want to get on here and lie to you.
Well,
I'd
I
have to
think
look
at,
this
I
up.
think at a certain place, right? We making it personal versus obviously what the whole world sang the praises of, right? Well, obviously, Life After Death was received the same way. It's a Diamond album.
So there's no validity to, okay, well, you share a kindred spirit with Snoop more so than Pac.
Zero.
Nothing. Okay.
They're literally zero. Snoop is from Long Beach. I'm from Watts. Yes, we're Crips, but there's 1,000 Crips around the world. I share the same kindred spirit as with Snoop as I does is with my nigga Wink from Brooklyn, Flatbush. That's from UG Crip.
Which actually, I me personally, and I've had this conversation on the show before, but I actually take points away from Snoop because I feel like you promoted a lifestyle to the globe that was not conducive to black people being together.
But of course, it's conducive to black people being together
How?
because Crips brought people together.
No, Crips brought niggas in LA together or niggas on the West Coast. And that
Well,
didn't even do. Matter of fact, I can't even give you credit for that because y'all fighting each other.
because people fight each other historically. There's no Crip. There wasn't
But you
Crips
can't
and
have it
Bloods.
both ways, bruh.
Well, that's not true. Then you'd have to be against human existence itself. Because human existence historically has fought each other based off whatever premise that they create to divide themselves. They could draw a line in the dirt and be like, y'all over there, I'm over here, fight. It's what they've been doing since life has been life.
But you can't say that Crippin brought people together and then say, well, we separated and that's okay because we're human. You can't have it
Well,
both ways.
it's
That's
not
all I'm saying.
Crippen didn't separate, right? It's just the fact that people fight. Like you're so you asking like an intelligent mind, right? And I'm not saying intelligent on some smart shit, but like just a thinking mind, a
Got you.
sober thinking mind.
Got you.
Is there a connect? I went to New York and put 300 Crips in a video because I'm a Crip and everybody know I'm a Crip.
Okay.
That shows you what Cripping can do if used correctly.
But you
Again,
can.
whatever tool you give a person, that person is going to dictate how the tool is used.
Okay, I could see that if Snoop was dictating how the Cripping was used. He wasn't.
Well, I think Snoop pretty much talked about partying. I don't think Snoop music really was like warmongering music. You know what I mean?
It
I think it
wasn't,
was
but
all about
it,
partying with different people.
and that's the problem right there. It promoted Cripping as if everything about it was a party, was 40s and bitches, and it
Pretty
wasn't.
much 90% of the days, it is 40s and bitches. I mean,
Really?
it's not somebody dying every day. I mean, this is not, I mean, I don't know where that's happening at. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm
Well,
saying? I'm not
maybe
talking shit.
maybe I'm seeing the wrong shit there, bro.
I'm telling you, it's just kind of the highlights. It's like watching ESPN and thinking a basketball game is all slam dunks.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like gang banging is more days in more day. How many people got killed in Friday?
The movie?
Yeah,
Nobody that I remember.
that's pretty much most days in the hood, right? How many people got killed in Boys in the Hood?
Ricky,
right? And then the man that they found dead.
the man that they found dead. Yeah.
And then remember they killed Ferris because of it, right? They killed Ferris and his homeboys.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yep. Yep.
again,
Yep.
so
Yep. You
some
got it.
days,
Well,
yeah,
technically, we don't know if they died though.
well, yeah, facts, right? But you know, Doughboy died, right? Because
Yes.
yes, some days this is what happens. But if it's 300 days, if your hood has 65 days of violence, if your direct neighborhood has 65 days of violence, it would be otherworldly. So it's 365 days in a year. If the 60s don't have 65 days of violence, not right there.
Okay.
Again, it's
All right.
overrated. In the worst neighborhood in Detroit, it's not 65 days of violence. And the worst neighborhoods in fucking St. Louis, it ain't 65 days of violence. Again, black street life is so fucking over criticized. You know what I mean? Like it's just this. I can't believe what's happening. How are you guys? Blah blah. Like yes, people settle things primitively. Yes, they do, because they don't have a lot of reasons to really care about tomorrow. You know what I mean? When you that oppressed, when you that deprived of 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 simple things, like the ability to earn, you know what I mean? It's put outside of your wheelhouse. When you really not getting a good job at school, you don't know how you're gonna eat. Maybe your mother is on drugs. All of these things that create these environments, right? That breed that life of crime. Yes, people are going to fight over limited resources.
I got
You
you.
know what I mean? Like it's I wish poor people around the world would pool together and work together. But again, especially not in America where it's built on a capitalist society of you not shit if you don't have shit. That's gonna drive motherfuckers crazy. So I don't want to sound like I'm making an excuse for people fighting. I'm saying people fight
Little bit, but I get what you're saying.
no, but people fighting is like people breathing air. It's the inevitable since it's been two. It's just going to be that way. There's no people always going to fight, especially when you decide that these people over here need to have entirely too much at the expense of these people over here having not enough.
I want to argue with you so bad on that one, bro, but I can't.
I know because I get it. No, I get it. No, bro. Look, I had this conversation with the dean of USC. I had this conversation with the chief of police, the LAPD. It's unarguable. It's not even an argument. It's not like I'm not defending gangs, right? That's just a waste of time. I don't. It's criminals, right? But what I'm saying is historically, this has been the journey of the human experience. On every continent, long as poverty exists there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is what's going on in Nigeria.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is crazy.
Totally different stuff. Why do you give a fuck who Kanye married?
Well, it's not that, right? Like, culturally, my job is to transfer messages to the rest of the country of my predecessors. All the lessons that I've learned, right? And Kanye cannot marry a whore because your life is going to be in shambles. Here's the present. Because nobody might have told him that. Maybe he didn't grow up listening to Dr. Dre and all the wisdom they were sharing with him.
Top 5 MCs West Coast all time.
West Coast are all everywhere. I was about to say
No,
Kanye in my top 5. It's funny. But
really?
Kanye is in my top 5 as far
Of
as
MCs?
yeah, favorite. Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. Okay, wait a minute. I wanted to hear the West Coast, but now you got
But
Kanye,
West Coast,
nigga.
but West Coast, I'm gonna go dog, I'm gonna go cube, I'm gonna go short, I'm gonna go 40. And strictly because he made the shadiest one, I'm gonna go Dub C. It's between Sugar Free and Dub C.
No Razzcast, nigga.
No. Shout out to Cass. Cass is the shit. But nah, man, I don't look. You got to make a good record. I'm not listening to no nigga rap acapella, man. I hate that we bringing this with Cass' name. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I
get
listen
what you're
to
saying.
really good records all the time.
Yeah.
So can Cass MC? Can a lot of homies MC? Yes, but you got to do it within the confines of the record. If you fuck the record up because you fucking MCing and you fuck it up, you fucked up the experience for because I don't care about you more than I care about the fact I'm listening to music. I can't. I'm listening to music.
I get what
I
you're
wouldn't
saying.
listen to acapellas. I would never listen to. There's no acapella hit records. Even Shy had. They was humming the bass line. You know what I'm saying? I listen to music, so you got to go with the music. It's what makes me so critical over somebody like Nas. I could tell, like when he be writing, when he wrote before he heard the beat, I'm like, bro, don't do that. That's why Life is Good is better than Illmatic. I could tell Life is Good is better than Illmatic because Life is Good was crafted to the music.
Oh, but
This is
that's
music.
nigga. That's stop it, bro.
That's true.
My soul just cracked a little bit.
I understand. I get it. I know. I get it. Some of
No,
these things go against. Some of these things are because some of these things are against the 10 commandments of hip hop. But guess what? This is the newest testament. Somebody has to come through and fulfill the Old Testament. This is the fulfillment of the Old Testament. You know what I mean? I'm telling you,
that don't make it true, bro.
it's true.
Illmatic is one of the top 5 hip hop albums of all time.
No, no, no. Life is good. It's better than
Let me
Illmatic.
guess. Let me guess. You got Dub C in top 5 albums of
No,
all
that's
time
not
too.
it. That's my guy. The shadiest one is my shit. Street gospel. There. If you missed out, I'm not pushing these on you.
Okay, I
You
got you.
missed out. These are mine.
Wait a minute. Who was that? It was a group. It was him and DJ Aladdin.
Oh yeah. Low profile.
Nigga, when
Yeah,
them
that's
niggas came out,
hard
you could
in.
not tell me that they were not the next EPMD. Matter of fact, me and my boy in school was like,
Yeah.
these the next niggas.
Fair. But you could tell, you could hear all the EPMD in they shit. And he had
Could.
to find his way back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so if you Life is Good is better than Illmatic. That remember I told you that. Go back and listen to both records, and then we'll have this conversation. Then you'll be like, okay, G. Even if you can't say it publicly, privately, you be like, yo, you're not tripping. You're not tripping. Because I listen with unbiased ears. Like, this is fucking Nas. You know what I mean? Like, so it's funny because Kanye went on a rant and my homeboys hit me. They was like, you be saying it all the time. Like, you right. Like, cuz that's because he be writing them lyrics down, cuz like, feel me? Like, you don't get nobody to make you. He over there doing that Elton John shit, but you don't got the producer to give you the music crafted around what you writing.
I'll give you that with Nas, but I just would not for Illmatic. Like Illmatic was
Yeah, no. Life is Good is better than Illmatic. Now it's not
Okay.
greater. Illmatic shaped generations. I get it.
You asked the question on Instagram. Can you be two West Coast?
Sure.
Dub C is two West Coast.
Hell no.
Yes, he is.
Listen, man. I'm gonna go listen to the shadiest one. If you there's not an album in the history of the West Coast more West Coast. Now this is Glasses being this is my hometown. Now this would be the closest to bias that I have. Now mind you, Dub C is from the West Side. Dub C grew up in the 111s, him and Q. That's at least 15 minutes from where I'm from, so it's not a personal attachment. But if you want to hear a fucking fantastic, probably the best and most West Coast, Los Angeles, Southern California album, the shadiest one is it.
But that's my point. One. He's too West Coast.
That's the point of it. Why would you not want to take the trip to where you're listening to? Imagine
you asked the question though. Can you be too West Coast? And I'm telling you, yes, you can. And he's a prime example.
So soul food could have too much seasoning?
Yes.
No.
You know, like I don't know how old you are, but I'm 51.
Okay, you about you got me by about almost a decade.
I remember when the South could do no right.
When?
Everything. Oh, you kidding me?
When? I don't know because the North could be different.
Oh my God. No, I'm talking about like when New York had a stranglehold, you know, they had a stranglehold from the birth till really like people didn't count Two Live Crew. Because Two Live Crew was
from the West Coast.
No, Two Live Crew wasn't from the West Coast. They was from Miami.
Everybody in Two Live Crew is from California except Luke.
Well, from the rest of us, them niggas was from Miami.
Sure. Shout out to that. Yeah,
Miami. But they got on using Miami sounds.
Well, no, a California producer made that.
Oh, I'm just telling you, like
I'm
the
just
niggas
sharing some
sounded like
game.
MC Shadi. They sounded
I'm
like
sharing. I'm sharing with you some game.
everybody at the time from down south was on some bounce booty music
Sure, we
shit.
talking about in the '80s.
Yeah, and
We
so
talking about
that
before. We talking about before the arrival of the almighty Ghetto Boys.
yeah, yeah. And and, and,
Ghetto
and,
Boys
and
came,
and to
came
be
from.
to be real, like even though the Ghetto Boys did their thing, it really wasn't until the Dungeon family kicked the door open to never return.
Yeah, no,
You know, so
no, no, no,
but
no, no,
before then,
no, no,
niggas
no, no,
was
no,
like,
no, 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 no.
who?
Ghetto Boys kicked the door open for no return. Rap a lot. Got to be for real. Like I see that. See, that's a northern bias. Like I think it's funny because as much as the Midwest should be in the middle, is so leaning east that y'all missed out on so much wonderful things. Like y'all missed out on a
We
lot
don't.
of
We
stuff.
fuck with like Scarface top five all time for me.
Yeah,
Like
we,
we fuck with the Ghetto
no,
Boys,
no, no,
but
no, no.
I think the Ghetto Boys were viewed as like an isolated incident, and the Dungeon family was viewed as a movement. That's all I'm saying.
Rap a lot.
Yes,
So you said a Dungeon Boys, the Dungeon family was fucking with rap a lot?
yes. Are you kidding
No,
me?
no, no.
Who else in rap a lot you got, bro?
The fact that we said rap a lot.
Yeah, we say rap a lot because of the Ghetto Boys. That's it.
Scarface as a solo act. You gotta
Yes.
make sure you include my boy from New Orleans. I'm just a player. My slipping my mind right now. Um, everything came through Rap a Lot from the South. Hell, Rap a Lot is the reason you have Drake.
If anything, I'm gonna say Suave House was more influential than Rap a Lot outside of the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah, but Suave House. Well, I ain't finna say nothing about Draper. Draper knew what he was fucking doing. So listen, I'm saying I think Atlanta gets entirely too much credit for the Southern movement.
Okay.
I think Atlanta is just as important as Texas and as important as Tennessee. But somehow along the line, everybody only celebrates Georgia. And it's like, that's not true. The first time I remember the Southern force being something was out of Texas. I mean,
You know what it was
if you
though?
discount Florida, if you discount Florida's contribution with obviously Two Live Crew.
And what I think the thing was is that when Atlanta popped, they pulled other people in. When Texas popped, it was just nigga. If you with us, you with us. These other niggas, when like Atlanta seemed, not that it was necessarily the truth or not, but they seemed to be more. It's a us versus them situation, and
Not really.
Texas seemed to be like what we got on nigga. Y'all can do it on your own.
What you mean as far as like somebody from other places?
No, somebody like somebody that's not in the Dungeon family, but they still, hey, you know what? We're gonna rock with y'all. Like the whole Dallas Austin, the whole movement down there
Yeah,
seemed to
but
be
that's
rooting
because
for each other.
everybody moved to Atlanta. Like most people from the north, right? From the east and the north moved to Georgia.
Yeah.
So it's not so much they had to reach out. Everybody was moving down there because it was cheap living. So even when I first started going to Georgia, Atlanta around this time, like you know what I mean, you would go and you would see as many New York hats as you would see Atlanta hats. There was probably a time when people from Atlanta acted like people from New York. That's how
Yep.
much to me New York was, influential down in what Georgia was. So, but I don't think Georgia as a state is more important to the Southern movement than New Orleans, obviously Louisiana, Florida, or Texas. They all pretty much have the same contributions at some place. Like it just
I have to give you Louisiana.
because Louisiana is fucking ridiculous. It's out of
Yeah.
control.
Yeah, cause like especially Master P. Like his music didn't their music didn't age as well as Cash Money for me, but the impact at the time,
Yeah. To me, that's
fucking
when
ridiculous.
because I remember Outkast feeling disrespected when I was
Yeah,
younger.
I remember
Nigga,
the Source Awards.
yeah. You never heard that from them Louisiana niggas. Them Louisiana niggas got respect from the first day that they start making noise. When it was, which let's say if Beats by the Pound music didn't age quite as well, I can understand why you said that. It was very synthy at times. Um, Shout out to the homies because they got some shit, but they never did that shit. You respected Louisiana the first day. Louisiana was respected the whole time.
I think,
So
but they
I
was
think,
known more for bodies too, though.
yeah, you knew they wasn't playing. When it
Yeah,
came to
you do.
street urban culture, it wasn't going to be no fucking
You
game.
knew them niggas wasn't playing at
Get out
all,
of jail
bro.
every 30 days. Nigga kill a nigga 30 days. Damn. I wonder why y'all murder rate so high. 30 days, nigga. Ain't nobody come up. 30 days, you going home. Kill another nigga.
Yeah, like
So
they,
no, no, but
like
I'm saying, but even musically, Manny Fresh, all the stuff Beats by the Pound was doing, Mouse, even now, you know what I mean? There's some really fantastic music makers out of there. You know what I mean? Like some fantastic MCs. I mean, it's I just think Georgia for some reason gets all the credit, and it's like that's not how I remember it.
well,
You know what I
because
mean?
the
Out
big
west.
boys was in Georgia. The big companies. They had, like even Louisiana, they had to go elsewhere at a point, especially LaFace. When LaFace like really went down there and said we about to set up shop, they brought like heavy hitters with them that may not even been fucking with them or whatever the case, but they brought heavy hitters. Even Louisiana probably
Listen,
to this day ain't no different.
Outkast is from Georgia, so we don't have no debate. Killer Mike is from Georgia, but again, Lil Wayne is from Louisiana. Again, Scarface is from Texas. Again, Rick Ross is from Florida. You know what I mean? Again,
Oh, I'm not putting Rick Ross in the same sentence as those two though.
yeah. Rick Ross is in my top five personal.
Really? Okay.
Dog in my personal top five. Dog, Ye, Jay. Not no order, but it could be Ye, Dog, Face, Ross. Hold up, I'm sorry. Snoop, Jay, Ye, Face, Ross. That's my top five. That's my favorite music as far as hip hop goes. I know, right? Because Ross is in there, right? But I get
I'll
it.
give
Because
with
Ross
Ross.
don't
I'll
have
say
a
this.
ton
I'll
of
say one
because
thing. With
Ross don't
Ross,
have a ton of A+ albums, right? He doesn't, right? It's not what he does. But Ross is a nigga that gets B+, B- all the fucking time.
all the time.
And it's
Yes.
always going to be a consistent feel. Like he's in
Yes.
character and he's
Yes.
stomped down. He's staunch with it, cuz like he know the shit and he bring it. And when I hear it, I'll be like, that motherfucker. It don't people ask me all the time, because his name or he's not. I don't man, listen. Your job is to create the culture, right? The music for the culture. And that motherfucker does a fantastic job of it.
I will say this with Rick Ross. And I'll say this too. As far as picking beats for him, not a soul is better.
And just formulating the choruses and picking the right flows and not he don't fuck the music up.
No, no,
He just goes with the music. He just
man. I will
and,
say
and that's what it is.
the
Scarface,
chemistry. Oh, Scarface is just
that's his
that
God.
nigga.
If God was a rapper, that's him. Like if God started rapping, I 7th Street Crip. Look, if God started rapping, that's how that nigga. That's how God would sound. He'd be like He'd be writing the same shit Scarface is writing.
So where you at?
Amongst the guys I like,
Yeah.
oh, and a long way to go. Them niggas is listen. The niggas that I think so right now, I think I'm as good as anybody that could do it today.
Okay.
Right. But like, okay, so it's not fair, right? Because Snoop Dogg is not Snoop Dogg without Dr. Dre. He's Snoop Dogg, but Dr. Dre is Dr. Dre, right? This is the greatest tandem of DJ and MC in a long time. You know what I mean? If hip hop is a party, if it's a cool party, there's not a cooler party than Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. That is the party you would want to be at. It's the
Got you.
most street urban party that there is, and you be like, man, you be up in that motherfucker, you probably got some,
I got no
you know,
arguments there.
you know what I
None.
mean? So it's like, and then Scarface, like we can't deny what the boy been doing for him for years. The white cat, I don't know why it's slipping my mind because I was finna work with him on something.
I mean, low key, like Scarface doesn't take the credit that he
As a
should
producer,
as a producer.
but he do got some dope dudes, right? He got
Yeah, he
N.O.
does.
Joe. N.O. Joe is fucking unbelievable. Like I don't know how we even one of my favorite Ice Cube albums. Now I wouldn't put this amongst like I wouldn't talk to the greatest Ice Cube albums. That's a different conversation. But one of my favorite Ice Cube albums is War. It's produced by N.O. Joe. Right. And then
Okay.
what's the like I said, what's the white cat that work with Kanye all the time now? If
Oh,
he gonna see this, he gonna talk shit because I talk to him all the time and I don't know
you ain't talking
why.
about Scott Storch, are you?
No. The boy that worked with Yale, that's fucked up because I know who this nigga is and I love this nigga to death.
Well, I'm not exactly working with Ye, so I don't know.
No, but you know who this person is because he worked with Scarface. Scarface pilfered him. I mean, Ye pilfered him from
From
Scarface.
Scarface.
Yeah, a lot of great shit come from Scarface.
Why you looking that up?
Because
Why
it's
is
important I get this nigga name right because
no
this
no no?
nigga
I'm
old
just
as
saying.
motherfucker.
Why is Ye so high up as a rapper for you?
Because Ye is fucking fantastic. Yeah,
Not producer wise, but as
Ye
a
was
rapper.
fantastic. Yeah, Ye makes some of the greatest fucking record. So let me tell you, this is the thing with Ye, right? Because Mike Dean, nigga. Forgive me, Mike.
That yes.
Forgive me,
I didn't.
Mike.
You know what? I didn't know that
Forgive
guy
me,
was a
Mike.
white dude.
Give
I didn't
me
know he was a
Mike.
white dude.
Forgive me, Mike.
Never seen the man before, so you didn't talk
Because
me
he's
something else
incredible. And
today.
I've been begging to work with him. He's like, this motherfucker forgot my name. Forgive me, Mike. But like, this is what Scarface offering, right? But so Kanye, right? It's like, so this is the thing with Ye. There's two things about Ye. When Ye came, he allowed hip hop to go through what it's going through now, where it's finna be pretty much hijacked by white people. This is gonna be what happened to rock and
Ain't finna
roll.
be. I'm sorry to cut you off. It already is.
Sure, facts, right? I ain't mad at that. All right, so, but there's never been such a scientist when it comes to engineering hip hop records. He is fucking fantastic. Like, we listen to like sometimes people get mad and they be like, man, Ye don't be he don't be on that shit no more. Ye was never on that shit. Ye's first when I first heard the first Kanye single, it was like an all-American car crash with a nigga with insurance, and that's what the rap was about. You know what I mean? It was always like some middle class Eddie Winslow shit.
It was.
You know what I mean? And we didn't care because you know why? His ability to engineer that Shaka Khan sample to make that song, cuz is like uncanny. Like this motherfucker is ridiculous. And nobody is better as an MC at conveying their point. No matter whatever the point is, he got it. And to me, emceeing is more than just, you know, rapidy, 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 pappity. You know what I mean? Emceeing is also getting the message across. It's too much stuff that's diverting away from the message.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like Ye is the best at delivering the message. Like whatever he wants you to know as an MC, the music and him together are going to work. And like Rick Ross is diet at what Kanye does.
I will put Cube is way better at it to me.
Yeah, but Cube messaging, which I'm not mad because Cube is one of those guys, you know, for a long time. Before Rick Ross was there, that was Cube in my top five. Um, but Cube stopped making records, right? So it's different.
Yeah. Although
Cube,
he got some shit coming out. I talked to
yeah,
my
and,
man
I'm
Black
excited to
Nails
hear
not
it. I
too long
want to see where
ago.
he at with it.
And I heard the way he was talking was that it was that America's Most Cube.
You know what? It's funny because that's a whole conversation we could have about Snoop changing the face of MCing. And pressure was putting on Cube to become a better songwriter. Pressure was putting on Pac to become more of a gangster rapper. The pressures that the Chronic and Doggy Style Snoop's records created is one of the impacts. It's probably the greatest impact ever on hip hop, and nobody would ever admit it. You know what I mean? And
I
I know
personally I prefer America's Most Cube and Death Certificate Cube over any other cube.
I'm Predator and War.
Really?
I don't like the Chuck D Cube. Like I like it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously, right? Summer Vacation, Dice Game song, the songs that are really good. Bird in the Hand, I get it,
Yeah.
but I think he was still trying to figure himself out even then. I think he was listening to Chuck D and kind of doing his rendition. I think with NWA, it was like Easy E. He was kind of doing that. I
Yeah.
think when he finally got to the Predator and all the way to War, you know what I mean? It's funny because War now is my favorite Ice Cube album. That or West Side Connection.
See, I'm gonna have to go
Right?
back and listen to that one.
Yeah, because it's really fantastic. Like I think he found himself by himself. So
You know what I don't understand is why, like when you go back and look at your interviews, like niggas don't talk hip hop with you.
I don't know. Shit.
Well, because you make you say wild shit, bro, and it's
I
good
don't think it'd be
clickbait.
really that wild.
It don't be to you, but to the rest of the planet, it's wild shit, bro.
But that's because I genuinely think they never thought about it. Somebody said something to them and then they ran with that.
Because they don't care about the thought behind it. They just want to click.
No, they didn't think behind it. Like if somebody runs and say Illmatic is better than Life is Good, it's because that's the thought. That's the group thought. It's not because most likely you listen to those two records back. The difference with me and people is I actually think about the shit I'm saying. That's it. Swear to God, I thought about it. And I thought about it longer. You best believe if I'm telling you Life is Good, I played those records back to back. And then was like, this record is better. Not greater, but better.
Which automatically, inherently does not make it true. And that's the beauty of music because it's
Yeah, a
subjective.
perspective, right? Because
Yes.
that's the point of it. But trust me, if you got fucking ears, you'll be like, oh, I see what he's saying. Even if you don't agree, you'll be like, oh, I get his point.
Okay. And we ain't got much time. I know I'm only supposed to get an hour.
Man, you can do whatever you want. We here.
Top 5 albums.
We here. We can do it as long as you want to do it. Top 5 albums. My favorite or the best or the greatest top 5 albums.
The greatest top 5 albums.
Okay, because that's different.
And I ain't talking about sales.
That's
I'm
different.
Talking about, yes.
You gotta have sales. Some of us in the world gotta be in agreement. It don't gotta be, we don't gotta name the most successful, but some of us gotta be in
That's all I'm saying. Gotcha.
So the top 5 albums, right? So no order.
Okay.
Doggy Style.
Give you that. Got you.
400 Degrees.
I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah. I understand. 400 Degrees. Blueprint. Blueprint by Jay, right? It's getting fucking funny. I know, right? Funny. Hold up, because I got. Oh, let me get it off. Country Grammar, right? I know, right? I'm struggling because it's like, it's between Country Grammar, College Dropout.
Don't Get Rich or Die Trying?
No.
Oh.
No. Because Get Rich or Die Trying didn't launch a movement. It just launched fifth. Like, actually, that was the end of street urban rap. Like, to me, 50 Cent is the reason we lost it to suburban America.
I mean, but Country Grammar didn't start no movement, nigga.
Well, it depends on how you look at it, right? It did, right?
Get a microscope, you can get a telescope. It don't matter.
Well, it did, right? It validated.
It launched Nelly.
No, it validated the singy songy rap that we hear from the Midwest.
Bone did that, bro.
Nah, but they didn't really. And I was thinking about that, right? But I don't think they have the record that did it, right? They have a songs that did it. I don't think they have the album that did it.
Man, it's
you said the album.
It's 1999. Creeping on the come up, even though that was an EP.
That's what I'm thinking. I was thinking Creeping on the Come Up, College Dropout, or Nelly Country Grammar.
And I would say that College Dropout launched a movement way more than like Country Grammar didn't launch a movement.
Yeah,
it caught lightning in a bottle. Not you know.
Man, let me tell you something, dog.
I was going downtown, boom, boom too.
Nah, but it validated kind of the Midwest in a way that it never saw it before.
And see, most of us in the Midwest don't look at them niggas as the Midwest, bro.
Yeah, I know, but that's because Detroit niggas have a supremacy over
true.
the rest of the Midwest.
Yeah,
Y'all,
Detroit and Chicago.
Y'all in Chicago battle for it.
Yeah.
But really, you know what I mean? Like St. Louis is kind of the heart and soul of the Midwest.
We look at them niggas as down south niggas, man.
I understand, and they not. That's just not even fair. Not even right. It's so fucking crazy because it's not true, right? I'm not mad if you swap any of those three records. But for
Okay.
me, country grammar, right? Because country grammar validated the style that became the Midwest. Like I think before that, you have really fantastic MCs. Common, you have some really Twister, because he's one that don't get a lot of credit. Eminem is another guy that don't get a lot of credit. Um,
Twister was
Obviously
ridiculous.
Slum. It's some dope shit, but I'm saying I think Nelly, I know it sounds crazy, right? But Nelly showed that the Midwest could stand on their own with nobody. Like just some St. Louis niggas.
Yeah,
Who
man, you
the
give it.
fuck is JE? You know what I mean? This is crazy. There's no big stamp from Eric Wright. There's no stamp from Jay-Z. It's just these St. Louis niggas. You know what I mean? With this kind of R&B style, that's the heart and soul of the Midwest, the rhythm and blues. You know what I mean? So you asking me, that's gonna be four. Like, right? I give that record a lot of credence.
Yo, and I gotta say, man, no disrespect to Big Court, because I know that's that's where you
To
from, bro.
who?
Big Court.
Court from Louisiana, ain't he?
No, Court is from St. Louis. Well,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah.
Missouri.
Court is from St. Louis. Yep.
Yeah. No disrespect, bro. It's a big nigga. I don't want him jumping on me.
No. Court ain't gonna jump in.
I'm just
Listen,
talking shit, bro.
no. What's crazy is we have another conversation, but let me give you the fifth one. Bad. LL Cool
LL.
J. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Because to me, that showed that hip hop can come together. You got all these West Coast producers producing this motherfucking Queens nigga.
Nigga, LL, bro.
Yeah,
Not sure
that's hip
why
hop's first superstar.
that
He's
nigga
the
does
he's the
not get
original
the.
guy
Oh
that
my
took hip hop
god.
in every house outside. Obviously Run DMC, which was they were stars. But
And going to see that, you know who else is tragically underrated in hip hop is Houdini.
I don't know why people don't talk about the shit that Larry Smith was doing in general.
Them niggas,
And he
man.
and Larry Smith was funky as a motherfucker first.
And to this day, nigga, they got shit that if you put on, no matter
Right now,
who,
sonically, it's still good. I
they
agree. I
from 18-year-olds to 50-year-olds,
can
niggas will
hear
be in
that
that
shit and
bitch.
go. I
Yes.
don't know. I don't know why. And I'm sorry because when I talk about the rappers, I always talk about the producers because that's the music. But like shit Larry Smith was doing is out of this world. I don't quite know why he don't get the credit. That's a great point.
And them niggas was mad. And I remember being a teenager going to see the Fresh Fest.
Yeah, I wasn't even old enough, but I remember that nigga music.
Nigga, talking about them niggas. It was them and LL, like Run DMC did they thing. Another person who was completely out of left field and probably one of the top 3 live shows I've ever seen was MC Hammer.
Yeah. Top three performers: Tech Nine, MC Hammer, and Buster Rhymes.
I would say Scarface.
Scarface is nasty. But you
And
can't bring God.
I saw Scarface 2
You
years
can't
ago.
bring God in mortal conversations, bro.
But I'm just
We
saying.
talking
I
about
had
regular people walking earth. Not like God, cuz I'm serious. Bro, that nigga has a rap, cuz on my favorite Scarface album, Made. Not the Fix, not Untouchable, not Diary, not none of that. Made. My favorite. This is how you know I'm a real Scarface. Made. Niggas don't even know about Made. I will never violate the code to the streets. And I will never make a promise that I know I couldn't keep. You mean to tell me that's not God?
nigga.
What other person in music talk like that? What other
Yo,
person breathing air? That's like Mr. Rogers from some nigga from the ghetto. That nigga gotta be, you know what I mean? Like that nigga gotta be God epitomized in hip hop.
yo, and at the risk of sounding redundant on my show, I got a chance to meet that nigga after the show a couple of years ago. And we sat probably 2 hours after his show, nigga, and just listened to this nigga talk. And he was who you think Scarface is. Shit
Man,
was one of the
that
most
nigga, when he
incredible
heard cancel these
experiences I've
nuts,
ever had.
that nigga heard cancel these nuts. That nigga said classic and sent fired emojis. Man, I almost climbed up like a girl.
On the
You know what I mean?
hood.
Like that's how I knew my record was dope. That nigga sent them fire emojis. I said, holy shit. That nigga is the nigga, man. Like I don't even compare face to other niggas, dog. It's not even fair. That's like comparing God and shit.
What's your favorite song off of Cancel These Nuts?
It changes. This week probably Fed Up.
Okay, I see that.
For a long time, the Loke was my favorite, but Fed Up is my favorite. The Loke is crazy because the Loke is quiet on the set. NWA, Ren. Remember when Ren was rapping by himself, quiet on the set,
Yeah.
and Chubb Rocks treat him right. And it was dope because I was trying to have Howie T mix it, right? I was like, yo, I'm gonna have Howie T mix this. You know what I mean? Because I did all my homework over these years. I'm like, yeah, I got me a fast, this is a motherfucking Big Daddy Kane rate. It's 110, 112. I'm in them R's, you know what I mean? I'm way up in them BPMs like them legendary 80s niggas. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't a legend at that point. Now I'm up in the, you know what I mean? Like I'm up with these legendary New York niggas rapping that talking crazy. I thought I was Kane rapping on that song. So I tried to get a line on Howie T, and I ended up getting a line on Chubb Rock. And he said, man, what you trying to have him do? And it's Chubb Rock. Now, mind you, I'm a little kid, and Chubb Rock was that nigga you seen, and that nigga shit was rocking. So I sent him the record. I was like, yo, I'm trying to get Howie to mix this. And he sent me back and he said, hey, that shit hard as a mother. I said, oh my fucking God. Chubb Rock said my fucking song was hard. And it's Chubb. Like, this is what, when I first started the song, obviously it was Ren, right? This attitude, and I'm getting off and I'm working on the hook. And listening to Treat 'em Right is how I figured out how to close the hook, to make the hook right. So when
That
he
shit's so
said it, I was
classic right there too.
this is crazy. Howie T ended up being overseas. I think he's somewhere like in PR or something. But he was like, yo, this shit is dope as fuck. And to hear him say that and like this somebody's listened to as a kid, that shit was fire.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like you are so not the person I would have envisioned having this conversation with. I'm thinking you're gonna be crip walking across the set, blue rags everywhere, and cuz every 32 seconds. Like nigga, yo hip hop encyclopedia, nigga, is
I love this shit.
I don't know if I had a conversation when I've talked to everybody from fucking Chuck D to high tech.
Well, you know what? Them niggas been living it. It's a joy in it talking to me. You know what I mean? It's still new discoveries. Like I'm playing records that you probably heard and forgot about, and they're joyous to me. I'm like, this shit is, you know what I mean? Like jumping back, listening to, it's a people think it's about intellect or smart, but really what you hear when you hear me talk about hip hop is joy. Like I feel like I'm so grateful that we created something in all of these ghettos to give us another opportunity because they took everything from us. So you got to believe when I hear, Sada Baby and I'm listening to the production in Detroit and I'm the new production, I'm listening to what we do and I'm like, ooh, it's kind of close. We got to figure out how to, I'm excited at every level for it. You know what I mean? Like even when we talking about the South or the Midwest or we talking about the
Yo,
East Coast or anything else that our
that
ghettos
Sada
might.
Baby joint with King Von, nigga.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh, you gotta, oh, nigga.
Sada Baby is like my favorite Detroit rapper today. Royce is my partner. You know what I mean? Like I'm a fan of him. So it's the point I'm saying is I love this shit. It's a joy about it when I talk about it that people don't really have,
Nigga,
or even the arts itself. Like I
yeah.
talk to Crazy Legs, bro. Right now be DMing Crazy Legs. I be like, Crazy, what about this? Man, don't listen to them niggas. Them niggas crazy. You know what I mean? It's a joy about it. I sat down with Eric B and had fish. Eric B is a politician in New Jersey. I sat down with Cuz and had fish. You know what I mean? Fried
Which is
fish.
my
So it's like,
favorite dish.
you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be a different joy if I'm talking to Kane or if I'm talking to Chris. You know what I mean? If I'm talking, I know them differently now. You know them; they were the guys you heard them when you was growing up. You're like, oh, them niggas
Man,
hard. Like, not to me, they're
nigga,
like, oh, these are the heroes. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you like the one moment that stands out for me hip hop wise was EPMD.
You know what's funny? So all my older homies, that's they shit. And it's funny because I saw an Instagram post where Snoop was talking to EPMD. And I don't think they really understood what he was saying. He was talking to Redman and EPMD. EPMD, like Trey D and all them, all these legendary dudes, all my older homies from my gang and shit, that's they shit. You
Yeah.
can't tell them niggas. I'm talking about more than Ra, more than any of that shit. Chris,
You know
more
what?
than any of that.
They
Them
captured the
niggas love
crack
her.
era unlike anybody else. And not that they was talking about crack, but they were like I remember hearing You Got to Chill. Coming out of Henry Ford High School, it was a fucking beautiful ass sunny day. I come out and I see one of the trap stars in our hood sitting in front of the school in a drop top Mustang, bumping "You Got to Chill." I can see it. I can smell it. I can visualize everybody that was right there. I know who that nigga is, what he looked like. The whole like them niggas captured like they was paid in full the soundtrack.
What's crazy is, bro, before, like I've been trying to do a whole EP with Eric Sermon.
I understand that.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like even right now, he's so fucking good. Like he just ain't tripping. But like I'm like, yo, let's do it. He's like, all right, let's do it. I'm like, no, no, no. Let's really just knock out Eric Sermon and Glasses Low. Like it'll mean something here. Like I'll be exposing one thing that I'm grateful for, honestly, dog. The niggas that's older than me, like Face, my predecessors, Ice-T, they listen to me. Kendrick, younger homies, Zoe Sama, they listen to me. So there's a lot of gap bridging that I can do as an artist still that this opportunity wasn't available 20 years ago for artists.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I was just telling Too Short, texting him saying like, man, you're the reason I started looking up funk. So it's a lot of things that I can do as an artist that I can bring EPMD to niggas that's 20 because niggas 21 is listening to me based off of Tupac Must Die. Niggas at 28 is listening to me on the West based off that good. So I can bridge these really dope hip hop gaps. You know what I mean? And I'm super persistent on being successful enough to warrant anybody who I want to fuck with having to fuck with me.
Nigga, I need to hear that one.
Yeah, like I'm not giving up. Eric Sermon is probably the guy I'm going to get. I'm like, we can bring the ghettos cuz together because it's all the same shit.
Nigga. I'm telling you. Yeah, I need to hear that. Just that one right there.
I'm working on it. I'm fucking working on it.
Yeah,
I'm
what the
gonna
fuck is you
gonna
doing?
keep
Come on,
getting
E, what you doing, bro? I don't know you like that, man.
You know what's crazy? One of the greatest mistakes I made, I brought my street pride into hip hop when I first started. So if you rejected me, I'd have been like, all right, whatever, I'm gonna do my own thing. Fuck you.
Felt some type of way about it.
Mine is to feel in some kind of way. You just talk to, even if I'm not upset, like I'll just move on without you. Like I won't, you know what it is, cuz you didn't have to tell me no. If you just half-assed didn't pay me enough attention, I just went past you.
Yeah.
Now, cuz you gotta tell me no. You gotta tell me no.
You got a hell of a team rocking with you too, though.
Say who?
You got a hell of a team rocking with you too.
Yeah,
though.
the people that fuck with me love me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They gonna be down with me. You know what I mean? Because they know genuinely I love this shit. And you know, obviously, as an independent, you don't got millions of dollars to pay everybody, so they just gotta fuck with you.
Yeah.
But if something I could offer anybody that watch your show that's an MC, make these niggas tell you no. You walk the boundaries of being a pest, but make them tell you no. Don't assume it's a no. Niggas got their own world going on, cuz. Make them tell you no. If you got to hit a nigga once a week, hey, man, you know, I sent this. I really would like to get with you. Make them tell you no.
And let me cut you off right here, though. Matter of fact, you got to read the no, too. Because sometimes it ain't a no, nigga, stop fucking with me. It's a no, not for right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me, because it's been some niggas I've been wanting to interview for 3-4 years, and I just waited.
What's crazy is your fucking platform is fantastic. You have insanely great questions. You think, I mean, really, this is kind of what I used to thought. This is what I thought hip hop was going to be. You know, great reporters pushing you, you know, and putting you in a corner and challenging your intellect. And now it's just like niggas let you just get up there and say anything. I heard a nigga tell my homie Bootleg Kev he had a college football deal worth $10 million, and Kev never put back on him.
I seen that.
Why you didn't call him a liar? Call that nigga, you
like,
lying.
Nigga, something, man. At least the looks on my face would have let you know, nigga, I know you lying,
Oh,
bro.
fuck on that, man.
Something, I don't know.
How are we gonna move the culture if hip hop is America's last hope? The day we lose authenticity, if I'm not gonna call Drake for wearing them dumbass rainbow clips out or that silly shit, it's over. America is done. It truly becomes Sodom and Gomorrah, because like hip hop is America's last hope. This is it.
Niggas, because if you cut off a certain individual, and like look at what Drake did to Joe Buttons, and I fucks with Drake, and I thought it was right what he said about Joe Buttons. However, you don't need to go through all of that. If somebody gives you a bad review on a project, it's just a bad review, bro.
Imagine me giving a fuck that a Jewish man is rich and bragging about being rich. Nigga, don't try to relate to us, nigga. I'm not fucking with that. Listen, them niggas, first off, Joe is a Drake fan. But imagine him telling he got a six. You know how many Jewish, the fuck are you talking about? You ain't went through none of the trauma of coming up through none of this hard shit. Nigga, no. Hell no.
It's too much politics in the shit.
And it ain't no politics. It's bitch ass niggas and real niggas. If Joe sit up there, let that nigga say that shit to him, he went out like a hoe. And Joe, I know Joe. But that's some nigga, don't get at me like that. Nigga, you didn't lost your mind. Talk about your money. Nigga, you the fuck you talking about? And that's what happened. Hip-hop used to be the voice of poor communities. Now they're the voice that antagonizes poor communities, that don't support poor communities, that, oh, you know, they did. No, bitch, your life changed. Nigga, people still, right now you see hip-hop talking the worst about Sexy Red. You know what I mean? Like, nothing else.
I got nothing good to say about Sexy Red, bro.
But that's the point. Don't never let your age and your circumstances let you forget what we go through. You don't gotta talk bad to encourage somebody to do better. That was what they were saying about y'all.
I will say that, and I will say that my generation forgets a lot of shit.
See Dolores Tucker.
And nigga, she was right.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
No, she was not right.
Yes,
she was intellectually lazy. She did not.
She
want
wasn't
to
100% right, but she was definitely right to an extent.
Right at 0%.
Yes, she was, bro.
No, she wasn't.
You can't tell. Matter of fact, what's old boy from Souls and Mischief that I interviewed? I'm sorry, bro. But anyway, he was telling me he was in the room at the record company when the word came down that they can no longer promote positive shit. It's either got to be super syrupy, goofy shit or straight up killer nigga shit. It was no Tribe Called Quest. It was no De La Soul type of shit. None of that. You either had to be killer niggas or you had to be Tone Loc type of niggas.
Well, you got to figure out humans' infatuations with violence to understand why white people want to market it.
Well, yeah. But we used to have a balance.
When?
Somewhat.
When in the 70s when we had all black exploitation films?
No. When I was listening, when I really came into listening to hip hop, I had choices. You know, I could listen to Kwame and the fucking Polka Dots.
You have choices now. You can't get mad that they're not mass marketing healthy food.
And I'll give you that. I'll say that my choices, I didn't have to actively look for the choices. Now we done gotten lazy because we want everything put in front of us.
Yeah, you like, oh, well, you ain't.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is there's always been positive options. But why America wants to sell McDonald's more than Simply Salad is obvious. You know what I mean? It's convenience, man. Convenience is the killer of quality. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
It's look, again, I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses for our circumstances and how we respond to them. But it's our right to express them artistically. Like, we shouldn't be trying to silence generations because we don't like where they're at. We should be trying to figure out what's wrong with them, right? And then help from there. But if you're blaming the mirror for how society is looking, that's just ridiculous. If your goal is like take the mirrors away versus saying, you know, why are these people killing each other? Like, what's going on to where they don't have a value of life? If you go to Chicago where them little niggas from, trust me, you're going to be able to figure out real fast what's missing.
Okay, but I'll say it this way. Sure. Even amongst the most hardened criminals, there are certain crimes that are out of pocket, out of bounds. That even the most hardened criminals doing 74 life sentences in Pelican Bay looking at this nigga like, no, that's out of pocket. You did X, Y, and Z, and you can't be here.
Yes.
In hip hop, there needs to be the same thing. There's certain shit that should just be out of fucking bounds, and you shouldn't be here.
But like what?
Like Sexy Red. I don't want my granddaughters hearing my booty hole is brown.
Their booty hole is brown too.
I don't want You know what? Find out on your own. I don't want to know about it.
You know girls' booty holes is brown.
I don't want to hear about it on the radio.
But my point to you, you
I'm
gotta
just saying.
admit. Okay, so
Look. I'm not gonna stop being an old nigga with an opinion, bro.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but you should also remember you was a young nigga and you liked Luke at one time. That's what you should do. Should remember you was a young nigga
And you know what the problem with that was? As soon as I had my first daughter, I remembered, damn, I like Luke, and I was horrified that now some other nigga that's gonna date my daughter like Luke too.
So then, what are you mad at?
I'm mad at my choices for one. For
You
two,
have more choices.
I don't want my grandkids to have choices to listen to certain shit.
The same shit you listen to.
Yes, yes, nigga, yes. What you want me to I'm a hypocrite, nigga.
Well, look, once you admitted that, we good. I ain't mad.
Yes. Oh, I've no problem admitting
part of the reason I kept my thorns, on my situations, I don't have children, so I don't need the world to be better. If this mother, like I said, like the intro of the album says, let this motherfucker burn, because you motherfuckers ain't doing right. So, I just don't want us to forget we were poor at one time. I don't want us to forget we had Luke at one time. I don't want people to forget we had this. We're not doing Sexy Red is not something new. She's Joy from Friday, Ice Cube's girl that was laid up.
Sexy Red is fucking Satan. I'm sorry. I'm not giving you a pass on this one. Not you, her. She's horrible.
She's not nothing. She's a regular ghetto kid that has really great production behind her. Really great production. No. You talking about Suki. Now, Suki is like that. Suki's a fraud.
Call it what you... Both of them. Nasty.
No, Sexy Red is the genuine article. She's a whore. She's a hood rat. That's happened. I'm cool with that. Listen, at the end of the day, Tay Keith is doing her music. Tay Keith did Sicko Mode. Tay Keith did Nonstop, my favorite Drake song of all Drake songs. Like, Tay Keith is a monster producer, and he's producing the music. It's not like this girl. She's a decent songwriter, maybe like a C+ songwriter. You know what I mean, right? Because her shit is catchy, right? So
you had to push yourself for the C+ too, bro.
Yeah, well, because she's not a horrible songwriter. She actually kind of has some catchy shit. Like, you knew a word of the song. That's important, right? And then you have this A+ producer producing it, and then you have this kind of this urban, this street urban story of a person that we all know. Like, we all know that type of hood rat girl.
No, nigga. Even when I was her age, nigga, I was not fucking with her element. No, I didn't want that. Huh?
Did they exist?
Yeah, long enough to say, get away from me. I got better quality.
Yeah, but not me all the time. Sometimes I did like the hood rat girls.
Oh, that's
you have to experience life. Some people try drugs. I might have tried a hood rat.
Yeah.
Some of the hood rat experiences wasn't that bad neither.
I'm not bringing the hood rat home to mommy.
But you're not supposed to. I don't think
that's my point.
I don't think
that is my point. Somebody need to be listening to her like they used to listen to Richard Pryor albums back in this early 80s in a closet like this. You need to hide that shit. Millie Jackson the same way.
Blaxploitation films was the same way.
Yes, that's why that shit wasn't mainstream and everybody couldn't watch that shit.
Sexy Red ain't mainstream. She not finna sell diamond. She finna sell gold.
Nigga, she is mainstream. I heard you can hear her on the regular radio station.
Yes, but that's not mainstream. Just only in urban stations. There's a whole world Sexy Red is not exposed to.
Right. Well, I keep to the suburban stations. I don't want her in our shit.
Why? Because that's what blaxploitation shit was at.
Right. I don't want that blaxploitation shit.
So did
No, nigga.
But like, then how do you feel like you deserve what you got, but nobody else deserves what they can get?
Look, Meg Thee Stallion is enough.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
Meg is actually not even nothing like this.
And I have not seen her face. I have not seen her face in I don't know how long.
Meg is like if Bun B is a rapper, as a girl.
That is enough for me.
No.
That is as far as the boundary I want to see.
Except you had Luke. And Luke was fantastic, and you know it.
It was not right, bro. And the nigga was horrible.
How was he horrible?
Bro, have you ever seen a Luke show, nigga?
No.
Right. I have. It was horrible.
Were the girls there?
Nigga, I went to Freaknik, nigga. Personally, twice.
Was it girls there?
Nigga, it was Sodom and Gomorrah. We should have all burned up. We should have spontaneously
That was
combusted.
not Sodom and Gomorrah.
Freaknik?
No.
Shit. What?
Fucking.
Nigga, I saw butt ass people plenty of butt ass naked people in the regular street on top of cars, nigga.
Just naked?
Just naked.
What's wrong with that? It sounds like heaven.
Not in downtown Atlanta in the middle of the fucking day.
I mean,
That's not normal, bro.
it's not normal, but hip hop is not normal. It is the upside down. It is this world that doesn't exist to the rest of the country.
Okay, yeah, but there are also extremes to it that really shouldn't be shown to the general public.
You're not general public.
At Freaknik, nigga.
You're not general public. You are not as much as you want to assimilate into mainstream. You're just not. You still a nigga that came up the hard way in the deep.
I'm not disputing that. I'm not saying that I'm like super, Iowa general public. No, I'm not. But what I'm saying is,
Taylor Swift over Beyonce. You ain't there.
No, I'm not. No, that's outlandish right there, bro. Like,
No, that's not. That's mainstream America. Mainstream America. That's mainstream America.
Yeah,
you just became C. Dolores Tucker. What I'm saying is you have to enjoy. That don't mean you gotta enjoy Sexy Red. Sexy Red obviously is a little too young and too ratchet for you, right? You have children. You worried about influences, blah blah blah. You can't take it like I do, because I don't really over enjoy Sexy Red. I just look at it like, oh, that's okay. I break down what it is. Okay, cool. Next.
Yeah, but it stops at you.
No, but I'm saying younger people, that's their Uncle Luke.
Right.
That's a problem. No, we should not. You can't turn this society, like you can't be like Dr. Cocteau, because from like Demolition Man, and turn this into an all positive society. Like
No. I'm just saying that the fringes, sometimes you got to cut the fringes off.
This is not a fringe.
Sexy Red is the fringe.
We've been talking about people like that in for 30 years, 40, 50 years. Now we just hearing from them ourselves. Like it was cool. It was cool when Joe didn't give that money to the prostitute. Joe, did you take my money? You take my $100? That's right, bitch. That's right, bitch. You ain't worth no $100. I am Joe Blow, the lover man. You should be paying me, bitch.
You got to get better hobbies, bro.
You heard that on Dolomite. I am Joe Blow, the lover man. You should be paying me, bitch. Now we hearing from the prostitute. Give me back my money, man. That little pussy ain't worth no $100.
And that movie is still
go get you some douche potters. Keep it clean when I come back.
There's a reason that movie is still not mainstream.
Neither is Sexy Red.
Yes, she is, bro.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
Sexy Red is not Taylor Swift.
No. Okay, Taylor Swift is
mainstream.
She is beyond mainstream.
No, she's just mainstream.
Like you can't say her.
You're not gonna see Sexy Red in no Starbucks commercial.
I don't know. I seen fucking Ice Spice in a Dunkin' Donuts commercial.
Because Dunkin' Donuts is struggling. They not even mainstream American no more.
Really?
They reaching. They trying to hold on. They like, we got it. They holding on. They all run the hip hop when they struggling. They be like, we need to get one of those. Yeah.
Hey, if I see a Booty Hole Brown commercial, bro, I'm just gonna
for Starbucks. I would die.
I'm gonna fucking throw my TV.
I'd be worried. Listen, Sexy Red is very much just a really big urban act, as she should be.
No, she shouldn't.
She represents one of our most underheard.
No. Keep them hoes hidden.
No,
I don't want your booty
hole. Let them hoes have a voice.
Close your booty hole up and die it. I don't want to hear about it.
Let them hoes have a voice. They deserve a voice like we are.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, I got to get out of here, man.
My man.
My old lady is about to be tripping on me. Yo, this was a phenomenal ass conversation, though, bro. I have absolutely got to thank you, man. I'm gonna drop a couple clips, and then I'll probably drop it like Friday.
Let me know. I want some of them.
Yeah, I got
I hope, man. I'm definitely recommend you for a lot more artists. Keep it authentic, man. Keep your space. If niggas is being hoes, fuck these niggas, man. Because what you do for hip hop is very important. just really brilliant questions, man. I appreciate it, man. You top notch, cuz, for real.
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot, bro.
Yeah.
I'm still not. I'm never going to agree with you on Sexy Red, though, man.
Oh,
But
man, you can
if
know.
people if people want to get in touch with you, they want to cop the
I'm
project. How they do that?
Googleable. Oh, the only place I don't want to advertise none of those social medias. If you go there, that's fine. I'm there. TheCripStore.com. Buy my new album from TheCripStore.com.
You heard it from the man here.
Boom.
Don't all the other shit. If you
Yeah,
find a nigga, you
shout
find a
out to all
nigga.
them. If you want to do that, go on. You know, Spotify, Apple, all that's cool. TheCripStore.com though is where the street shop at.
Got you. On that note, man, if I don't know what I could possibly do for you, if you ever need anything, man, don't hesitate to reach out. Let
Man,
me
just
know.
buy records, man, and let me know what's up with it.
I got you, bro.
Yes, sir. Much love.
Much love, bro.
All right.
Y'all already know, man. Phenomenal conversation, man, with Glasses Malone. We only do legends over here. My name is Jobs. This has been another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio. On that note, man, I'm out. Y'all have a good one.